Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. By now, you may have heard of the parliamentary petition calling for the Canadian government to strip Elon Musk of his Canadian citizenship on the basis of his role in the Trump administration, which continues to threaten Canada's sovereignty. In a now deleted tweet, Musk even announced that Canada is not a real country. Well, if it's not a real country, maybe we should take away your real passport, Elon. But is this even possible? Here to explain is one of Canada's leading practitioners in immigration law, representing McCrea Immigration Law, Meika Lalonde. Meika, hello.
Hi.
Thanks so much for being here tonight. Okay, let's just get to it. Can Canada revoke Elon Musk's Canadian citizenship?
No, they cannot revoke his citizenship.
But there's a whole petition that started in Nanaimo of all these Canadians saying, let's do it. Isn't that democracy in action?
I mean, it's people expressing their freedom of speech, I suppose, but there's actually no legal mechanism that allows the government to revoke Elon Musk's Canadian citizenship.
Okay, so is there any circumstance where the Canadian government can look at a Canadian citizen and say, you are a traitor or you've committed treason, you are no longer a Canadian? Is there any process?
There is a process for individuals who have acquired citizenship through naturalization.
Okay.
So that means they would have been born in another country. They came to Canada potentially as a permanent resident, and then they applied for a grant of citizenship. For individuals like that who weren't born here or didn't acquire it through descent, and I'll talk about that in a second.
And that's Elon's case, right?
That's Elon.
Okay.
If you actually applied for a grant of citizenship, there are rules in place about revocation of Canadian citizenship. It's not in connection with espionage or terrorism or anything as broad as that.
Okay. Or just that we hate him, we think he's
exactly.
We can't get rid of him.
Nothing
Okay.
like that. Basically, if you have acquired citizenship through any sort of fraudulent means, or you have materially withheld any sort of information that is relevant in your application for citizenship or permanent residence that led to your ability to apply for citizenship, then the government can take steps to revoke your citizenship.
Oh, so as long as you didn't obtain your citizenship through fraudulent means, you're good.
Pretty much.
I mean, you might end up in prison if you commit crimes, but you can't.
Exactly.
They can't take away your citizenship.
Exactly. And I think, the criminal law and other laws in Canada sort of address these other kinds of issues like espionage and terrorism and being a traitor to your country. But the citizenship laws in Canada do not. And I actually think that's probably a good thing. Depending on the way that the political winds are blowing, you don't want to have your citizenship up for grabs. There are other laws and mechanisms to address any other sort of wrongdoing. Citizenship is a pretty sacred, fundamental thing that people hold close to them.
You're saying it's a good thing that we don't have angry mobs that can go after
Yes.
people, even if they're unlikable billionaires?
That's exactly right. And
Okay.
I think, we can express our dislike and our anger towards Elon Musk and other similar characters in other ways. I think money talks with Elon Musk. Maybe get off Twitter. Maybe don't buy a Tesla, things along those lines. I'm not sure how impactful Elon Musk even sort of considers this petition. And given that it doesn't really have any teeth, I'm not sure whether or not it doesn't just make us look a little desperate for Elon's attention to our anger.
Given the information you've just given me, it does feel like it is petty. Now, can someone renounce their citizenship?
Yes, you can renounce your citizenship, and you need to make an application to do that. So certainly if Elon was feeling slighted by this petition, he could say to the Canadian government, I no longer wish to be a citizen of Canada. And they could then decide that his renunciation application is approved, and then he would no longer be a Canadian citizen.
So you're advocating that we bully him into renouncing his citizenship.
Well, maybe that's sort of in effect what's happening. And again, I'm not sure, as Elon Musk said in his response, that's, as you mentioned, now deleted, he questioned even our status as a real country. So I'm not sure how valuable he even considers his Canadian citizenship at this point. Maybe he doesn't care.
Well, Meika, I appreciate the insights and the very pragmatic approach you've brought to this very emotional issue that we have in Canada. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
folks. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Rebecca Breder, Hassan Alam, and Meika Lalonde for their free legal advice tonight. When will you ever get 3 expert lawyers giving you advice for free? That was like $3,000 in billable time tonight. Please send me your thoughts about Elon Musk, mo@thisisvancolor.com. Speaking of Elon Musk, I'd like to quit social media forever, so please unfollow me at VANCOLOUR. Also, we have a special podcast exclusive with Vancouver City Councillor Rebecca Bly, who spills the tea on Vancouver Mayor Ken Sim.
What I want as a city councillor is a mayor that shows leadership when things are really tough. And
do you feel like Vancouver's deprived of that?
I haven't seen that in the way that I would expect to.
Find This Is VANCOLOUR wherever you listen to your podcast for that special. We're back next week to give you marital advice. In the meantime, be colorful. Peace.